What is going on YouTube? It is me, Jordan Young, aka Sneakernomics, back once again with another piece of sneaker related content. If you are new to the channel, please feel free to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that little push notification so that you can be alerted as to when I upload the said content. For those of you that have already subscribed, thank you so much. I recently ticked over the 20k subscriber mark, which is an incredible surprise to me. I didn't anticipate the growth would come about this quickly. So needless to say, I'm very thankful and also very encouraged. I can only hope, much like all of us, that the content gets better from here. And I'm gonna do my best to make sure it does. So across my different social platforms like TikTok and IG, and more recently here on YouTube, I get a lot of questions asking, Sneakernomics, what's the best advice you could give to an up-and-coming sneaker collector? And so I thought I would take the opportunity here to try to impart a little bit of wisdom to those of you out there that are thinking about getting into sneaker collecting. And so here are some of my top tips or my best advice for new sneaker collectors. Now, as I've said in the past, I didn't start collecting sneakers until I was in my mid-20s. So if you're like 10, 11, 12, 13 years old watching this video, chomping at the bit to start collecting sneakers, to be honest, I'd be more focused on getting good grades in school, talking to girls, playing sports, like having fun. As a kid, collecting sneakers isn't something I would recommend getting into until you're in a financial position to be able to back yourself to do it. I'm certainly going to be a champion of life and recommend that you go out into the world, talk to some people, meet some people, travel, try different cultures, cuisines, and get some life in you before you want to like really settle down and start collecting kicks. There's more to life, in my opinion, than sneakers. So having potentially suitably discouraged you from collecting sneakers in favor of having some life, allow me to impart some wisdom to you that I think might help you in your sneaker collecting journey. If you want to disregard everything that I've just said and say, nah man, I just want to collect kicks, I want to buy some shoes, tell me what shoes to buy, come on, let's get on with the video, that's fine. I just wanted to put out those caveats before I get into it. So here we go. My first piece of advice to you is to buy what you like. It really is that simple. There's a lot of pressure out these days for youngsters to feel like they need to have the latest and the greatest, or the highest reselling sneakers, or the sort of sneakers that your favorite influencers are showing off in the backgrounds of their videos. What I'm here to tell you is that you don't need to worry about any of that. Go for the types of sneakers that interest you, that captivate your attention, that pique your interest. If you like a sneaker that just coincidentally happens to be hype, okay, that's fine. But try to look around for brands, silhouettes, shapes, and colorways that suit your particular eye and fit your own individual style. Number 2 is to cop bricks. Yeah, that's right. Buy stuff that's sitting. Get your hands on the type of things that are sitting on shelves, that are sat on retail stores, that obviously catch your eye and interest you. But just because a sneaker is available doesn't mean it's not cool. Something that I've done over the years is I buy a sneaker as a brick. That is to say, when it's just sitting there, not in the pejorative sense. And I just sit on it for a little while. I keep it on ice, and then months later, when the dust is settled and people are no longer thinking about the shoe, people have forgotten about it, that's when I break them out months down the line. And then people are like, wow, holy heck, where did they come from? And I'm like, yeah, they came out months ago. They were sitting, they were bricking or whatever. Or the people that have bought them and beaten them up and smashed them up, they're jealous because I've got my fresh pair on that I've been keeping on ice for a few months. So buy bricks. Look in the sales and look in the outlets for sneakers that catch your eye. When I was starting out in my sneaker collecting journey about 12 years ago, I loved copying sneakers when they went on sale. It's great to get a pair for retail, but it's even better if you can get like 50% off retail. Building your collection up with sneakers that are reduced is a great way to save some money, and it's a great way to try some different models out, and it's a great way to not overcommit to any one particular shoe financially. So cop sneakers that are going on sale. If I told you that at one point Jordan 1s were going on sale, you probably wouldn't believe me. Jordan 4s were going on sale. And now look at what's happened in the past few years with those models. So today's sales can be tomorrow's grails. The next bit of advice for you up and coming little whippersnappers out there is to familiarize yourself with the used market and come to terms with the different resale platforms. I love looking for sneakers on the resale market. I love looking for used steals and deals. Places like eBay are great. Places like Goats are awesome. You might have other apps or platforms local to you like OfferUp or Depop or Vinted. There's tons of apps out there that will provide an awesome platform for you to shop for used steals and deals. So habituate looking through all of the different listings on all of these different platforms. Get into the habit of saving sneakers that you like the look of, that are in your price range, on your watch list or your wants list. And when you see a steal or a deal that comes up for a great price and there's like an authentication service provided, don't hesitate, because he who hesitates masturbates. Give yourself a budget. This works really good for me. I give myself a budget of like one pair of sneakers per month from my income. If I want to go and buy like a grail, or if I want to get a pair of shoes over and above my budget, then what I do is I sell or I trade from my existing collection in order to raise up the funds to buy that sneaker. Sticking to a budget is really, really important, because you don't want to go plunging yourself into financial debt over sneakers. It's also a great way to manage your finances, and it's a great way to learn how to take an L, and it's a great way to learn also how to just say no and be okay with not having every single shoe that comes out. So have a budget, stick to it. If you want to go over it, sell sneakers or trade sneakers from your current collection in order to free up the funds to buy it. Another big one is learning how to spot red flags on the secondary market. I'll be making some separate content about this, as well as tips on how to use the used market or the resale market. But you really want to be able to pick up on certain tells, whether this is a buyer's lack of references or seller feedback, whether this is the listing itself, unclear pictures, untagged pictures, whether this is things like the seller's behavior, whether they're shady or they're importunate or trying to rush you, if they don't have a PayPal. You want to come to terms with certain tells that will alert you to some fraudulent, scammy, wanky type behavior in order to cover yourself off against getting scammed for fakes. I've been scammed for fakes many times in the past, and it's a really deflating experience. It's not only bad because you can lose out on money, but it kind of leaves you with a feeling of enthusiasm lost for the game. And that always sucks as well. So coming to terms with red flags and understanding what to look out for is another big tip for you newbies out there. And so that's it. Those are some of my top tips for some of you young, up and coming little whippersnappers out there. I hope you found some of those bits of information interesting. I hope you were able to take something away from it and maybe use it in your own sneaker collecting escapades. I want to thank you if you've made it this far in the video, and encourage you to smash the like and drop a comment if you can. It really helps me build up the traction in the algorithm in these early stages of my YouTube content creation. And so thank you again very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Peace.